I'll have you know, I wasn't just laying up behind the statue the entire time. Then, where were you in the beginning? The beginning? Well, don't you worry yourself about that, you hear? But she was hiding behind the statue the entire time. I'm watching the folks coming in while lurking in the shadows. All secret agent like. Note to self, secret agents like to lurk in the shadows. And then they use that lift over there to get down to the auction site. After they went all down, I watched the whole thing from the lift. Did that lift stay down the entire time? Now I came back up, but there's a tiny gap in the floor there. There's a bit of space between the floor and the lift platform, you see? So I could see just about everything that's going on down there. Then, did you see the person who was conducting the auction? Well, yeah? You betcha I did. What kind of story would this be if I didn't know who the conductor was? The conductor, huh? Seems I'll need to ask her for more details. Conductor? Do you have any more information about the so-called conductor? You know, I came here to get me a scoop. What makes you think I'm giving up all my information to you all willy-nilly? Basically, what you're saying is you don't know. Ah, I see. So that's why she won't answer. What can I say? I couldn't even tell how old they were, or if they were a guy or a gal. Could you tell me what the person was wearing at the time? They were probably Envy. He had a white jacket with a purple flower, and they were wearing white gloves. But you know, that don't mean much when I have no earthly clue who they really are. The conductor's identity was hidden, just like the participants. That's right. He had on a mask and voice changer, just like everyone else. What kind of mask did this person wear? It was a Zurfan mask, I reckon. Zurfan? What in blazes that's supposed to be? Mr. Edgeworth, you don't know about Zurfan? He's a sworn enemy of global hero, Onyal Kopon. Zurfan, the ruler of time. Seriously, who hasn't heard of him? Most people, I'd imagine. Since the conductor wore a mask, I assume you were not able to see their face. Not even a weeny bit. And after I came all this way for my big scoop. This whole story's turning out to be nothing but fool's gold. Oh, a white? Wait, isn't that... She was wearing white, right? Or maybe I'm just putting her in white. Yeah, she was wearing white! That set of clothes seems familiar. Perhaps I should, show her that piece of evidence. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. There it is. There's no gloves, there's no love. Quack, quack, quack. You said the conductor wore a white jacket with a purple flower and white gloves. That's right. They sure look spit before a criminal mastermind. Miss Hart, do they look anything like this? Hey! That's it! That's the conductor! Hold your horses! Are you telling me the conductor is dead? She's the victim of the case we are investigating. Her name is Jill Crane. Have you heard of her? Wouldn't say I have. But she was a lady, huh? What kind of gal dresses like that? She get her kicks by fooling me into thinking she's a guy? Lana's bi confirmed. Lana out here just being like, what do you mean I fell in love with a girl? What do you mean? I doubt that her intention was to deceive you. Setting that aside, we have established something of major importance. The victim was the conductor of the black market auction. I see. So the conductor was killed. And that might explain... Explain what, Miss Hart? Ah! No, it's nothing. Honest. Miss Hart? You clearly sound suspicious just now. I'm telling you, it ain't. Can't be. Sorry, were you trying to say something? No, I ain't. I ain't said nothing. Please don't be like that. Just tell us. How many times I gotta tell y'all? I'm a journalist. Information is what pays the bills. I can't just go around spouting everything I know. I already said too much. Got nothing left to say to y'all. Then, what if I found some fingerprints for you? What good would that do to me? I don't want none of your dusty old prints. Why don't you two follow my example and do some investigating on your own? Oh, I guess she won't tell us anything. Not to worry, Emma. Just leave it to me. I have a certain method of drawing out information from those who wish to hide it. My opponent's lips are sealed, and I'll be the one to unseal them. Let us begin. With his chest of mind powers. First, let's analyze my opponent's demeanor. I ain't telling you nothing, so quit wasting my time. She seems rather impatient, as if she's trying to cut off the conversation. I must be careful with my time. I won't have long to consider my responses. I'm almost certain that she's hiding something from me. That's where I'll begin my attack. Now, time for the first move. Oh jeez, you got timer? Give me the information. I want you to tell me everything that you know right now. No way, Jose! I ain't spilling my guts to someone I have no connection with. I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Okay. Don't you think you're overreacting a bit? Let's just calm down and... I'm always calm! Now leave me alone! Alright, calm down. Oh no, it wasn't. I hacked it up. Oh god! I have like time for like one thing. Holy shit. A real journalist always keeps her cool. Speaking of journalists, I have something interesting to tell you. A few days ago, I met a self-proclaimed journalist. She spoke with an accent quite similar to your own. She spoke like me? Maybe it was... He ain't saying nothing, I ain't saying nothing neither. I was too passive. I actually failed it! Okay. Okay, thankfully it's not that bad. Alright. They realize that, like, you will just have to, like, do this a lot. So, I don't think it's his sister, but I do think it's... Nicole Swift. She had a distinct way of speaking, one very much like your own. Furthermore, she said that she had a mentor. Could she have been referring to you? Oh, so you know Nicole. Well, ain't that a fun little coincidence? For you and me. Wait. No, stop trying to get me to spill the beans. Yeah, that's a close call. Seems that she lets down her guard when she talks about Miss Swift. This could be a useful clue. I want you to tell me everything that you know right now. No way, Jose. I ain't spilled my guts to someone I had no connection with. Guess I should use that clue. You say I have no connection with you, Miss Hart. But don't we have a mutual acquaintance with your apprentice? No. Well, I reckon it would be mighty cruel of me to give Nicole's friends the cold shoulder. Why don't you share with us what you know? Well, when you put it like that, I guess I could let you in on a scoop. No! I ain't falling for nasty tricks! No, sir! Your scoop... No, just forget it. I ain't nothing important. Do you have a scoop? Such a slip of the tongue, it's hardly becoming of a journalist. You have a scoop, don't you? Now tell us what it is. Alright. You got me. Yeah, I have me a perfect scoop. But I ain't telling you what it is. I want to sell that story to the publisher. The information she is hiding could be vital to an investigation. Need to make her talk. Next, I will press her on the contents of the scoop. Me to a YouTuber. She may be quick to lose her temper, but she's even quicker to lose her tongue. She is no different of an opponent. Now, to extract the information I need. Does this scoop of yours have something to do with the black market auction? What are y'all talking about? I don't know nothing about that. But you're in the middle of infiltrating the black market auction. The only logical conclusion is that your story has something to do with it. You ain't getting any answers from me. I didn't hear nothing. Yeah, because she's not impatient. Oh, fuck. Why am I bad at that? All the damn time. You hear something from Miss Swift. I think you realize. Oh! Why was it the other thing? Why was it the other thing? Okay, let's do this again. Yes, 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 yes. You didn't hear... What exactly? Did you hear something during the auction? No, that's... I just heard a weird sound, is all. It ain't even worth mentioning in my article. Just forget about it. There's no question. Something happened during the black market auction. She heard a strange sound. This could be a useful clue. Does your story betray to an incident of some kind? Well, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. That's hardly a clear answer. What are you always hollering at me? I ain't done nothing wrong. I just snuck in to do some investigative reporting. You were trespassing. You didn't do anything wrong? That's a bold statement. Considering you're currently trespassing on private property. Hi! You're doing it too! Well, I guess prosecutors got the right to investigate whatever they please. Probably shouldn't mention anything about the current status of my employment. Now, if I worst people in the world, you know. Reckon I'm a saint compared to folks who murder. Is your scoop about the murder incident? Considering what you just mumbled, is it possible your scoop has something to do with a murder incident? Hey, I was only talking in general terms just now. I mean, anyone will look like a bag of roses compared to a murderer, right? Sounds like you're just making excuses to me. All I did was gather info on the black market auction. A murder incident? I don't know anything about that. I ain't seen or heard nothing. Perhaps I should use that clue. Didn't you hear something strange during the auction? If it stuck out to you so much, it must have been a sound that you would normally hear. For example, the screams of a murder victim? Ah! How you keep figuring everything out so quick? That's right. Stumbled upon a murder in the middle of my stakeout. But please don't make me say anything. This is the biggest scoop I've had in a while. The murder that she overheard. Most likely the same incident we currently investigate. This is bound to be crucial information. I'll finish this by confirming the credibility of her information. There's nowhere left to run. It's time to deal the final blow. Are you hiding something from me? Yeah, did you really do that? Did you really stumble upon a murder? Call me a liar? It's 5 words. I'm a bona fide journalist. I would never publish lies in my article. Faster and more accurate than anyone. That's my motto. Yes. Her motto, huh? This could be a useful clue I should keep in my mind. You're still hiding something from me? Tell me more about the incident. Tell me what you know about the murder incident in full detail. Well, my memory ain't what it used to be. Not much I can talk about. I ain't the most attentive gal in the world, you see? Perhaps I should use that clue. But I really expect a bona fide journalist to be so inattentive. Don't you just say your motto to be the faster and more accurate than anyone? Well, thanks. As I expected, the credibility of your information is suspect. I know what I heard. I even got proof. You have proof? You have proof? What is that? How is that possible? Explain yourself at once. I got me some... wait, you hear that? Well, I was just talking to myself. Yeah, I'll just go on and pay it no mind. Seems she's still hiding something. It's an important clue. Need to use it effectively. Tell me the truth. I know you're still hiding something from me. I ain't hiding nothing from nobody. I already told you everything I know. Perhaps I should use that clue. Isn't there something you haven't told me yet? You have evidence regarding the incident you witnessed. Something definitely definitive enough to publish an article. Ah! What a tarnation! Let me off the hook already! Fine, I'll tell you everything. I'll even show you the photo I took if you stop harassing me. That good enough for you? Checkmate. What a prick. Complete. I lost. I really lost. The mouth of the South has been defeated. Now then, it's time to come clean. Tell me everything that you know. I was watching the auction, gathering info for my story. You didn't just watch, though. You got shocking photos too, right? A little while after the auction started. Someone won a bid and the conductor banged the gavel. Someone hollered, "We'll finish the deal upstairs," or something like that. That ain't good, I thought to myself, so I hurried back to hide behind the statue. Did you see whoever came up? Not quite, but I reckon the feller that came up was the winner of the bid. I can smell the buttery aroma of a big fat wad of cash. Buttery aroma. Can't imagine that at all. I reckon this room is where the bidders ponied up the dough for the purchases. Two of them talked like for a while. Wait, there was a second person in the storeroom? You betcha. I reckon it was the conductor. And then out of nowhere, one of them started screaming. Almost scared my britches off. I rolled myself into a ball and kept on laying low. So you witnessed the murder? Well, I wouldn't say that I witnessed it, but I definitely heard it though. Didn't you try to stop them? Just stop right there. That ain't even funny. What's a dang little thing like me gonna do? Dainty. After that, I heard some rustling and bustling. The whole time, I was really regretting coming here something fierce. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, nothing get in the way of Laura Hart and her photos. This was my big scoop, and I ain't no way I was gonna let it slip. A bit later, heard this loud thud. I figured it was my last chance to snap a photo from behind the statue. Well then, would you please show us the photo? Why do I have to? This is the person in the red coat who attacked Kay? The person in the red coat assaulted the victim in the storeroom and then attacked Kay on the roof. Oh. There's only one person in the photo. Where's the victim? Yeah, I thought it was strange too. I could sworn that there were two of them, but when I looked, there was only the one. But that's gotta be the killer, don't you reckon? She's saying the victim disappeared. You were able to tell this person was the culprit just by looking? Their hand was stained bright red, so I figured it was them. What happened to the auction after the murder? Nothing really. It just went on like normal. Guess those rich folks didn't give a hoot. They got some nerve. And they're the journalists, there's nothing to scoff at either. Okay then. That was interesting. My goodness. Do we have more to talk to you about? Y'all got something to say? Nope, that's it. Want to make sure. Can we talk to Kay? Nothing. So, can we just... Look, check it out! The lift has a sturdy platform and solid... Okay, yeah. 50 people. What else am I looking for here? This? Okay, yeah, they're still talking about their Edgeworths. Yeah, I'll ask you what I want. Notice anything. What else am I missing here? What if we give this information to her? She is here, so like, they rarely give you like, not that, you know? The person who pushed me? I'm sure it was this person. Yet you don't remember the face. But that raincoat. I'm sure of it, I think. Probably. Please be more clear. I like a straight answer. Mr. Edgeworth, you know I'm gay, right? When you look at me like that, I begin to lose my confidence. My expression is not relevant. Was it this person or not? That red raincoat. It has to be the one. That is true. It would be impossible for Kay to be the culprit. I'll need to gather more evidence. Okay, she just commented. Okay, so that wasn't it. That was nothing. What else can I do? Maybe I can ask Lotta about that one little thing. Because, like, I know it's just one thing that's missing for me, specifically. So let's see if she knew what this was. No, this one's not it. E-card. Plus testimony. I was hoping that I could leave, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna really happen. Oh, do I have logic? There you go. We assume that the murder took place in this storeroom. Then we must conclude that the body was here as well. Isn't that pretty obvious? Do you remember how the participants left the auction? Of course, they passed through the storeroom on the way back from the auction. Exactly. The culprit had to hide the body so the participants wouldn't discover it. The real question is, where was the body hidden? Crack. Emma, would you mind lending me a hand? Leave it to me! What do you want me to do? Let's see. Use your aluminum reagent to test for a blood reaction. Would please. Okay, let me show you the power of science. Glint in her eye is getting brighter by the second. Let's start by examining that ladder over there. Based on Miss Hart's picture, person in the red raincoat headed toward that ladder. Chances are, something will turn up if we check there. Just touch anything you want to examine. If you do that, you'll be able to spray the aluminum region at it. If there's a blood stain on the spot where you sprayed, you'll get a reaction like this. Even so, no matter how many times I see bloodstains, they're always just so gruesome. There's a blood reaction here, but it's kind of faint. Let's spray it with aluminum 2 or 3 more times, so it'll be nice and clear. You see it clearly now. Looks even more gruesome than before. You understand how to look for bloodstains now? There are probably a few more bloodstains here, so why don't you give it a try, Mr. Edgeworth? Okay. Okay, there was like only 2 little bits here. That's so weird. Let's search the rest of the storeroom for the bloodstains just like that. First, let's look for a place and spray the aluminum agent. Region. Okay. So, definitely around here. Oh, they're right here. What up? Hey, you can't spray aluminum on people! Yes, of course, I knew that. Please examine the place you want to spray aluminium. Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be around here. Spray every little nook and cranny. Oh, right there, got it, baby. Let's go. Mr. Edgeworth, there's a reaction. It's a blood stain. But why in a place like this? Perhaps this is where the murder took place. Ah, it looks like some of the blood dripped down to the floor below. Because you could hide it under, like, the little spot right there. Remember she was talking about that one little crack? That's why. Mr. Edgeworth, your place is... Oh, we still haven't checked yet. So let's continue our investigation. You got it. The next spot would probably be over here. Okay, so they do tell us that there's nothing. So the next spot would be the mask, actually. Okay, so... No? In this area? No. Nope. The desk, then? Money? Oh, I wasn't trying to actually talk to her. I was trying to examine money. Hello, mummy. Okay, I feel like we did everything. I was going to, and then he yelled at me, and he keep yelling at me. The icebox! They hid it in the icebox! That makes the most sense. Yo. Mr. Edgeworth! There's a bloodstain here, too! Although, why is there a bloodstain in a place like this? Maybe something that had blood on it was stored inside? Mm-hmm. There we go. Looks like we found all the bloodstains in the storeroom. Means we haven't investigated the storeroom sufficiently. Go. And now it's time for Lijon. We got it. The reason why we found a bloodstain in the costume trunk is because the murderer hid the body in that box. Wonder who won the bid for it. The trunk, I mean. That I don't know. Certain way everything worked out exactly as someone wanted. Hold it! Hold it! It couldn't have been in the dressing box. What do you mean? When I first came here, that box caught my eye too. It was just the right size and would make the perfect hiding spot. That's what I thought anyway. But I couldn't get the dang thing to open. It's been wrapped up real tight with a locked chain. The murder happened after that. To hide the body in there would be impossible, you know? A chain wrapped around it. It's strange. Right now it doesn't seem to be locked up at all. Huh? That's weird. Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me or something. Interesting. With that, I believe we have examined everything there is to examine here. Well then, let's head on down! Oh, have we decided on our next destination? Hey, Kay! Yes, Mr. Shields? We wouldn't want you to get lost, so make sure you stay real close to Uncle Ray, okay? Right, I'll follow you closely, Mr. Shields. These two. Since when did they get along like that? He's a little jealous is all. That ragtag bunch.